Let's get educated. That's why we're here, to bring you the stories impacting K-12 classrooms and college campuses. It's time for a little education.
Hello, everyone. I am Katie Patrick, joined by David Fiorazzo. It's the start of the week, and we're ready to give you the goods. But hey, David's already been on the go all day long.
Yes.
Because today was the day. This morning, David premiered the one and only Worldview Matters.
Thanks for the plug. That's right. We kicked it off this morning with Dr. J.B. Hickson. We talked about the importance of the biblical worldview and also why it is declining in America. And it was a great interview, a great talk with him. And tomorrow, Heidi St. John, the busy mom. We've got Trevor Loudon, the New Zealander, on Wednesday. And we've got former transgender Laura Perry Smalt on Thursday. A great lineup of guests to kick off Worldview Matters. You just saw the graphic there. Please subscribe for updates, and you'll just get one email a week. And whenever something just bizarre or very important happens, like a premiere or something, we'll send that to you. So you won't be bombarded in your inbox. But worldviewmatters.tv. Thanks for allowing me to make that plug. I'm excited about the program, the show.
And after you're done watching David's show, just a quick reminder out there, you can also catch Educated on the go by simply subscribing to the podcast on your favorite platform. Obviously, we want you to download the Freedom Project app and click that yes button for notifications, so then you know when we have a new episode. So you're just going to see the mug of that man all the time, David. Look at it. It's such a nice mug.
Yeah. I like this mug. I really do.
Oh, it is a nice mug.
And,
except
for the people behind the scenes did not put my pumpkin spice coffee in here, so I don't know what's happening today.
Oh, yes. Quick.
Yeah, I know it's Monday.
Plea.
I'm going to let it slide because it's Monday.
Okay. Quick plea to everyone out there, though. It's pumpkin spice season in David's mind forever and for always, but it really is pumpkin spice season. Yes. So if you would like to donate any sort of pumpkin spice recipes or product or anything else,
send your product to
send your products
Project
to
Media.
care of David Fiorazzo. He will gladly enjoy any sweet treats you can give him, as long as it's pumpkin spice. That's all he cares about.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to do another taste test in the near future. But let's go to this first story.
We're
starting it off with the bizarro world in the first story on Monday.
David.
The headline: Usual hiring practices. The school defends hiring of drag queen arrested on child porn possession. Look at that face. Does that look normal to you? Does that look like something you would want teaching your kids? Well, we're in the year 2023, Katie.
We are.
50 years ago, my grandparents would not have tolerated this. It's the clown show coming into the classroom.
Well, 50 years ago, take a look again at that
15
imagery.
years ago.
Like 15 years ago, even. Okay, it's a drag queen, number one, had child porn, and wants to be a principal. Like,
oh, that was
none
his
of
past,
that.
Though.
Oh, yeah, exactly,
right.
David.
Okay,
and now he works with children. Oh.
The guy's name is Dr. Shane Brent Murnham, 52 years old. He was hired as an elementary school principal at John Glenn Elementary. In a Facebook post, he celebrated a new district and new respect, according to the report.
Aretha Franklin, RESPCT is getting it now. Okay,
right. His personal Facebook page appears to have been deleted.
Oh, what happened?
Since
gone.
Since the conservatives caught on to this and tried to get this information out there. But he had his personal devices confiscated by police back in 2001 on suspicion of possession of child porn, according to a lawsuit. And then a fifth grade teacher at Will Rogers Elementary in Stillwater, Oklahoma, he was arrested 2 weeks after the confiscation. So they found something that caused them to arrest Murnham. So appeals court associate judge Dave Allen said that it was clear from a review of the pictures that they do represent child porn, that the Oklahoman said. So Payne County District Judge Donald L. Worthington dismissed the charge against Murnham in August 2002 after his attorneys said he obtained the pictures by accident. Oh, Katie, there's my excuse.
How did this happen?
Accidentally, something got
Child
saved to my
porn.
on
On my computer.
accidentally. I don't know who did it.
happened.
I don't know how that happened. Oh, Lord help us. Anyway, so I believe we have a. Okay, sorry. I thought we had a video. Oh, we do. Let's check out that video real quick. Katie, this is a principal?
Yes. So you could make the argument, and I know you were being facetious there when you said earlier about that, but it was so old, those criminal charges with the point.
Right.
That was old.
Right. Way back in
This was probably
2002.
2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. So
Yeah.
even if the fact that they dismissed this case back in it happened 2001, but they dismissed it in the early 2000s. Now he is a drag queen. Full-fledged. All about being the drag queen. And he's supposed to be a principal of a school for elementary children. Also, you didn't mention with the whole dismissal of those porn charges, they were dismissed after he completed with probation for a drug charge. So there's also a drug charge with this guy. He sounds like the best principal. And, with a kid getting in trouble, at least he can relate. He's done all of the things that may get someone in trouble.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is, I don't know what else to say to parents today. I understand this is not in every school, in every state, but these are the kinds of stories where when the school defends their decision in this day and age to bring someone like that in and teach your children, we've got a whole new set of problems. That just shows us we've been dumbed down.
Yep.
We've been conditioned and programmed to accept. Oh, you've got to be inclusive and accepting, Katie. We've got to be respectful. We don't want to, hurt these people. They want to feel safe, right? So you can't say a whole lot. Just let them teach your kids.
Well, and this goes to the, if you give a mouse a cookie, they'll want a glass of milk, and so on and so forth. So all of the things that we have been doing, creeping more and more each and every year toward Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yes.
We have...
That's a real place, by the way.
This is true, too. So what has happened now is, they're just drag queens. They're just expressing themselves. Then, they're just doing story hours, David. And you don't have to be there. You can bring your kids if you want. You don't have to. It's just story hours. We just want to have the kids be, have stories read to them. Then they came into the school to do story hours. And then it's like, okay, well, now your kids don't have an out because they're at school. And now we have a principal who is an open drag queen who also works at Boom in Oklahoma City.
What's that?
Which is a gay bar that hosts a Sunday gospel brunch featuring a farcical church service. One event was called the Sunday Brunch Revival, and it was advertised as #church at a gay bar.
Okay, we could do a whole segment on this idiocy because this is blasphemy and they're mocking God, the Creator, and that's all I will say, because I could go off on that, because when you start doing, mocking church and mocking God, mocking the Bible, the biblical worldview, here's where we are, and this is in the school, the public schools. Why not? They're going to do it in the classroom. Stay
tuned to an upcoming episode, I think, of Worldview Matters, where David will discuss this topic.
We will. Still to come... The Canadian teacher that made headlines worldwide for wearing fake Z-cup breasts in the classroom has moved on. But he's at another school now. Something's definitely different this time around, though, and we're going to talk about that next.
It's time for the story that never goes away. And the thing is about this story, you can't even turn away because they're just watermelons.
It's just bizarre.
Right in front of, just staring back at you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's, of course, about Kayla Lemieux, the man who is a shop teacher in Canada.
Yep.
And just happens to have Z-cup fake breasts. Not A, B, C, D,
So
E.
Z is the biggest, I guess, you can go?
You know what?
Without toppling over on your face?
And even then, you might be toppling over on your face. Side note, TMI, I wouldn't know. All right. But he's a man, Kayla. Kayla is a man. His name is Carrie. Carrie Lemieux. Not Kayla, Carrie.
Okay.
Carrie with a K and an E-R-R-Y. Anyway, it's a new school year, back to school time, and he's gone to a new school on top of that. Well, something happened, David. He looks a little different. You get new threads.
Yeah.
New school year, you maybe get some new kicks. Well, he's lost a little of something.
He really?
What is it
he
that he
lost
lost?
it? What happened?
Why did you say the breasts were real when you knew they weren't? Are you going to be teaching as a man or a woman this year? You have nothing to say? Do you feel like you've been targeted unfairly? Are you going to be Kayla or Carrie this year? Nothing to say?
I mean, if you're confused, so is he. Now he's he, where he was trying to be a she last year, but now he's he.
I know this might sound odd, but I like this guy because he's just kind of saying, all right, I'm going to test the limits on this thing, and I'm going to go out in public. I'm going to even be teaching in the classroom, right? And they're not putting a stop to it. He was hired at another school.
Yeah.
This is what I guess it shouldn't amaze me because this is how they're, okay, well, if we say no to him, what about any other drag queen or guy that wants to dress up in the most bizarre, then we'll have to say no to them too. So they can't, like the guy we just did a story on, the principal, you wouldn't condone his lifestyle outside of the classroom. Well, of course, he's doing it in the classroom with these Z cups?
Z cups. Yeah, and that's the thing. Once you open Pandora's box, you can't put everything back in. And where do you draw the line? Oh, if only we knew where to draw the line, David. If only there was a
line to be drawn.
And then we could follow it.
Like if only there was
for like all of time up until, I don't know, 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, if only there was truth and there was fixed moral absolutes and standards of truth, like a worldview that we could really kind of set as a solid foundation and stand upon and build life and society upon. If only, that's right.
Oh,
the Bible
just
and the guidelines there. But yeah, this is what happens when you stray from God, and anything goes, and we're seeing it. And I don't mind talking about this story at all because it's going to be something else with this guy.
Oh yeah, Carrie
later this year or next year.
We'll see what happens with him. But right now he's going to be at Nora Francis Henderson Secondary School in Hamilton, Ontario.
All right.
And he had worked at Oakville Trafalgar High School back then. Now Lemieux, because you had seen in that interview, like the reporter or whoever's questioning him was like, "Hey, are you a guy or a girl this year?" And you said they were real. Like Lemieux has insisted that his enormous breasts are real. How are those are not enormous breasts. Now, I'm going to say he does probably have a little bit of an A cup going on there, but he's also 40 years old. Men, I mean, you hit the gym. Anyway, Lemieux has claimed that the Z cups are a result of a condition called gigantomastia. I can't even say it. Gigantomastia. Exactly. Anyway, he said he is not transgender, but he is intersex, meaning that he was born with male and female sex organs. But he also admitted, "Oh, well, I don't have anything to document that from a doctor." Okay.
So if he really said they were real at one point, so now the school is not only hiring a bizarre transsexual, but they're hiring a liar as well.
Oh, yes.
That I will say, he blew his cover. If he thought at one point he was going to try to wear these 24/7 all the time and fool everybody, I mean, that's cat's out of the bag now.
Those watermelons that'd weigh you down.
I would like to get a Z cup of pumpkin spice coffee.
That's what you would like.
That would be like a all day.
I would see, and the thing is, I would take the watermelons as actual watermelons. Yeah, exactly. Well, just so everyone knows, this is up in Canada, and in Canada, they have that little thing called the Human Rights Code. If you know the man, Jordan Peterson, he's struggled with this whole thing because you can't say anything in Canada without pajama pants, Justin Trudeau and company coming down on you. So according to the school district, they recognize the rights of students, staff, parents and guardians, and community members to equitable treatment without discrimination based upon gender identity and gender expression.
Okay.
And they had to say that in their little board statement. They said gender identity and gender expression are protected grounds under the Ontario Human Rights Code.
That's, my wife's from Toronto. That's her hometown in Ontario. That's pretty progressive there, and not progressive meaning liberal, leftist, radical.
I call that regressive. All right, well, when we come back in the United States, we have a Colorado teachers union that is landed in hot water. Or is it spring water? Colorado spring water. Anyway, after it encouraged educators to destroy evidence of gender identity questionnaires given to the students. More on that next.
Today's show is sponsored by our friends at MyPillow. Save up to 66% on pristine quality bedding, towels, slippers, signature pillows, and much more when you use the code EDUCATED. That's EDUCATED. Educated. Support this show and a great American company.
Well, as always, the theme of the show here is, and it always is, protect the adults at the expense of the children. Because it's all about me, the adults. Oh, the children, who cares about them? So far today, we've had a principal who's all about being a drag queen and child porn possession and all that. Children, victims, who cares about them, right?
Drugs too,
and,
right?
Yeah, and drugs. Yeah. And then we had the teacher who's all about me.
The C-cups.
Displaying, it's all about me and what I want. And children, who cares? You can be distracted all class, but having to watch that. And now we're going to talk even more about such topics because it's about teachers' unions, which are teachers, and who cares about the children. So the teachers' union leaders are telling educators to destroy evidence of gender identity surveys. They're saying, hey, let's go back to using paper and pen instead of digital because, digital is more traceable.
Wow.
We got to keep it hush hush. This was the Jefferson County Education Association in Colorado. They have about 5,300 members, and they sent an email to all of those members saying that they should break the law. Take a look.
Just days before the start of school in Jefferson County, administrators sent this email to all employees, reminding them state and federal law prohibits mandatory surveys that ask kids about protected information. And even voluntary surveys are illegal unless parents can opt out. So when Denise Crawford's son came home with a survey asking about his gender identity, she thought, what gives?
Deceived, lied to, taken advantage of.
She's not alone. Parents with Jeffco Kids First say dozens of teachers have conducted the surveys, and worse still, their union advised them to hide evidence of them. An email from Jefferson County Education Association to teachers says, if you do a questionnaire, please make it a paper and pencil activity. Any digital records are more permanent and may be requested under federal law.
The leadership actually provided an avenue to get around the law and basically saying it was okay.
School board member Susan Miller says the union put teachers' jobs at risk. Those that violate the law can lose their licensure. The union says the district has given contradictory directions regarding preferred pronouns, but this slide the district sent teachers is hardly ambiguous.
Wow. So if you're keeping score at home and paying attention to this, they're telling them, be careful because what you're doing, if it's digitized, that they could request that information and you might have to tell parents that this is just amazing. This is corrupt. This is corruption.
Well, what's fascinating is these are the people who are all of a sudden now saying, don't put it on digital because Big Brother is watching you. But most of the time, these are the same people who are like, Big Brother, we love you. Thank you for watching us.
But I thought they were proud of what they're doing. Why would they want to hide anything like this?
Because they truly know it is wrong and it's against the law. And even when you heard the mom, Denise Crawford, say that she feels deceived, lied to, taken advantage of, she says, I don't feel I can trust the teachers. This is not political. It's just they're breaking the law. Yes. Can we not just go back to teaching the children and leave all of this nonsense and politics and all of it at the door and let the kids actually learn something. The one and only good thing from this whole story that I got was they're going to make the kids write something with a pen or pencil on a piece of paper. That's like, it's sad to think that's the positive of this story. Oh my gosh, the kids have to write? They probably don't even know how to hold a pen or pencil. I've seen it in action.
Are you
like
serious?
The school year has just kicked off.
Tell me you're
and
exaggerating.
I am not exaggerating. Everyone knows I work at Apple Orchard, and the kids have to write people's names. And the handwriting, I can't, even the other teenagers cannot read. And it's been multiple students. They cannot read what is being written, much less the names being spelled properly. How do you spell Debbie? Just Debbie.
Debbie.
Okay, or even whatever. D, and it looked like an A. I think it was a B. It was like the B was backwards. They might have dysgraphia, but and Y. So it looked like D-A, D. Like it was supposed to be Debbie.
Oh my goodness.
So the B was like kind of, I couldn't. It's just sad.
Today's kids.
It's sad. Anyway, still to come. We do have, at least those kids are working, because we have a story where a self-proclaimed cool mom, do you know what that's from?
Uh-oh.
I'm not one of those moms. I'm a cool mom. Is making headlines because she announced on social media that she refuses to let or make her teenage son get a job. We're going to take a look at her reasoning when we return.
If you have a smartphone, tablet, Roku, or Apple TV, consider downloading the Freedom Project Media app. It's 100% free and includes all of our weekly shows, plus lecture series, archive programs, and award-winning animated videos for families like the Presidential Minute, Battles of America, and Heroes of the West. Don't rely on the social media giants to keep you informed. Simply download the Freedom Project Media app from your app store and allow notifications. And we'll let you know when a new video is ready.
I refuse to let my son get a job.
Okay.
That's insane. I will fund his existence.
That's creepy sounding.
Yeah, so Esther Boyd is her name. She's the mom that's refusing to allow her teenage son to work because she wants him to just do what he wants. Well, he still has time as a kid.
She wants him to discover himself.
Okay,
Discover
this is a little
himself.
creepy, multiple levels, but let's watch this video. We'll come back and we'll talk about it.
I don't agree with the way that the current world works. So I don't want to raise my kid in a way where he's reliant on the way that the world works to survive. Do you know what I mean? Yes, he will need an income, and yes, he will need to get a job, or maybe he'll start a business or whatever it is that he wants to do. I just think there are more important things in the world than working. I want to shape his brain and his perspective and his life in a way where he prioritizes his creativity, his connection with his community, his friends, family, education, trying things, not being afraid of failing. And I just think all of that's way more important than just prepping yourself to go be a number in a workforce. He has so many hobbies. He's one of those kids that's interested in everything, and I encourage all of them. I let him, he'll start a hobby and I'm not like, oh, you have to stick to it. If he's like, oh, I'm over it in a year and I want to start a new hobby, I'm like, yeah, start as many as you want, try as many things as you want. He's trying out oh my God, he is experiencing so much at such a young age, and he's so smart, and I'm fostering that. Yeah, I don't have any fears about this choice. The most important thing right now is having a childhood.
Okay, apparently she started working when she was 14 years old. I'm guessing she had a bad experience or experiences when she was working as a teenager, and doesn't want her son to work. But there's some pictures in there too that he just looks a little creepy. I don't know. I don't want to put my finger on it, and I don't want to make fun of how people look, but I think she's Katie, I just want to hear your thoughts on this.
Yes, this woman is 33 years old, and like you said, she started working at 14. Good. There has to be something that has happened to her, because the way she even comments saying that, oh, that you're just a number in the workforce, well, you're just basically bragging on your kid and how creative he is and how he's interested in so many things. Well, give him the chance then to go get a job and earn a little income for his interests on top of it.
Yeah.
Who says that he has to go be a number in a workforce? If he is so good as you seem to think he is, he should be able to find a job that he likes, or maybe he could be a little entrepreneur. I know a kid, well, he's a man now, but he started his own like little businesses, like starting when he was 10 years old, and then he became like a little entrepreneur himself, and then he became a lawn care business that was his own business by the time he was 15 years old. I wrote a whole story on him. It's fascinating. So let your own son do that. Why encourage him to live off of mommy and just quit things? Like apparently, if he could, I don't encourage him to stay with any like his hobbies or anything. The workplace teaches you much more than just you getting a paycheck. Yes. And maybe, Esther, he needs a little time with some other people and not just being with mommy who has one perspective. Maybe he needs to have some coworkers who could provide other perspectives.
We're out of time, but really quick, Katie, do you think that she might be kind of wanting him to experience a socialist society, setting up for socialism, where he's going to rely on the government anyway?
And his friends and his family and everyone else, apparently. He's going to be a mooch. That's what we used to call it. All right. Well, if you're a fan of this show or being a mooch, please, if you would, like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out Worldview Matters.
Thank you.
Do all the things.
Amen.
And hey, if you're a fan of the video platform known as Rumble, we just launched a new channel right over there. So simply visit rumble.com/FreedomProject and give the channel a follow.
Thank you.
Now for David and myself, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And thank you for supporting what we do. Until next time, stay educated.